The good book says, he who lives by the sword shall perish by the sword.
What right man would have it any other way?
The good book does count war as an evil, yet it holds many a bloody tale of war within its pages.
It makes no difference what men think of war. War endures. As well ask men what they think of stone. War was always here. Before man was, war waited for him. The ultimate trade awaiting its ultimate practitioner. Aw, Davy. It's your own trade we honor here. Why not rather take a small bow? Let each acknowledge each.
My trade?
Certainly.
What is my trade?
War. War is your trade, is it not?
And it ain't yours?
Mine too, very much so.
What about all the notebooks and bones and stuff?
All other trades are contained in that of war.
Is that why war endures?
No. It endures because young men love it, and old men love it in them. Those that fought, those that did not.
That's your notion.
Men are born for games, nothing else. Every child knows that play is nobler than work. Games of chance require a wager to have meaning at all. But trial of chance or trial of worth, all games aspire to the condition of war. For here, that which is wagered swallows up game, player, all. Suppose two men at cards with nothing to wager save their lives. A turn of the card will tell if he is to die at that man's hand or that man at his. What more certain validation of a man's worth could there be? The selection of one man over another is a preference absolute and irrevocable. This is the nature of war, whose stake is at once the game and the authority and the justification. Seen so, war is the truest form of divination. War is the ultimate game. It is the testing of one's will and the will of another within that larger will. War is God.
You're crazy, Holden. Crazy at last. Might does not make right. The man that wins in some combat is not morally vindicated.
Moral law is an invention of mankind for the disenfranchisement of the powerful in favor of the weak. Historical law subverts it at every turn. A man falling dead in a duel is not thought thereby to be proven in error as to his views. The willingness of the principals to forego further argument and to petition directly the chambers of the historical absolute clearly indicates of how little moment are the opinions and of what great moment the divergences thereof. Man's vanity may well approach the infinite in capacity, but his knowledge remains imperfect. And however much he comes to value his judgments, ultimately he must submit them before a higher court. Decisions of life and death, of what shall be and what shall not, beggar all questions of right. In elections of these magnitudes are all lesser ones subsumed, moral, spiritual, natural. But what says the priest?
The priest does not say.
The priest does not say. Nihil dicit. But the priest has said. For the priest has put by the robes of his craft and taken up the tools of that higher calling which all men honor. The priest also would be no god-server, but a god himself.
You've a blasphemous tongue, Holden. And in truth, I was never a priest, but only a novitiate to the order.
Journeyman priest or apprentice priest, men of God and men of war have strange affinities.
I'll not second-say you and your notions. Don't ask it.
Ah, priest, what could I ask of you that you've not already given?